It's been a long time coming, everybody, but we finally have some high-stakes hoops in the Chicago Bulls franchise on NBA 2K. Welcome back to the series. My name is Sliding Catch, and after 2 seasons of missing the playoffs, we are now just 2 wins away from getting back here in Season 4. Welcome to the play-in tournament. And if we're able to beat the Nets, we move on to another game against the loser of the Pacers-Bucks game. And if we win that, we play the number 1 seeded 60-win Philadelphia 76ers. Honestly, we shouldn't even be in the play-in tournament. We should be in the top 6. We look like a playoff team for the majority of the season. But toward the end of the season, we just hit a wall, losing, I believe, 8 of our last 10, and finishing with a negative 0.6 point differential on the year. A lot of that was due to some really bad injury luck. Brandon Ingram got hurt a little bit after the All-Star break. He is still yet to recover. And to make matters worse, Luis Kuzma went down in the final game of the year when he didn't even need to be playing. He is out for 2 to 4 weeks with a twisted knee, and there is a chance his rookie campaign is over. And it's even more likely that Brandon Ingram's season is over, as when he was hurt, he had a 2 to 4 month timeline, and that is a wide range. If it's closer to 2 months, then it's likely that he would come back for the later rounds of the NBA playoffs, but still, we are a 9 seed, so it's not like we can talk about the conference finals as some sort of guarantee. So after that late season skid, we find ourselves in a play-in matchup with the Brooklyn Nets. And this is their roster. They've got Rudy Gobert, Ben Simmons, and their starting point guard is Dyson Daniels. And guess who their head coach is? Erik Spoelstra. Just randomly was fired by the Heat and was picked up by the Nets in the same year, back in, I believe, year 1 or year 2 of the franchise. But no matter the roster, it always seems like Erik Spoelstra refuses to miss the playoffs. All eyes will be on Shaedon Sharpe. In his first year with the team, he has averaged just short of 22 points per game, and he has been the leader of our offense most nights. We will need a lot from him during this injury-riddled period of the season. Here we go in the play-in tournament. Oh, stop it, Bronco. You know you're not in the rotation. Still got to feel out that basketball, just in case he gets into the game. Klingon wins the tip versus Rudy Gobert. We're off and running, and just sit back and enjoy the action, y'all. We got a lot of basketball in store. This episode will contain the entirety of our play-in run. So if we win this game, the next game will follow. Shaedon Sharpe off a down screen, nails the 3. A lot of our perimeter production will fall on the shoulders of Sharpe and Luke Kennard, who has now moved into the starting lineup after a great shooting season. How about that slam from Aaron Gordon? Kennard will take a 3 and hit it right away. Kennard shot over 50% from beyond the arc off the bench this year. And for the Nets, the Ben Simmons, Rudy Gobert pick and roll is a major source of offense. 2K's roster management is hilarious sometimes, as Dyson Daniels makes a boneheaded backcourt violation. There's Shaedon Sharpe with quick hands, knocking it away, and he goes coast to coast for the slam. Bulls on top 12-6. Gianni Giddens earns himself 2 free throws, which he hits. The Iowa State product. And there is Icot Lucas, who comes off the bench early in this one, taking a tumble. He must have been hit hard. He hits 1 of 2 from the line as Kennard hits a shot with his foot inside the line. Dyson Daniels with a sweet-looking jump shot. 15-13 as Jalen Williams comes off the bench. He is probably the best offensive player on this team. However, he is battling an injury right now. He gets it out to Noah Clowney, wide open for three, and the Nets are on an 18-5 run. The Bulls' offense has dried up. Dalen Terry off the bench quickly attacks and gets an and one on Jalen Williams. 20-18. Quick three from Dariq Whitehead goes down. And here's Andre Lorbeck. Wow, what a pass behind his head. Gordon can't finish it off, but Sharpe flies in for the O board and the putback. Tied at 23. Cam Thomas takes it to the rack on Aaron Gordon, using his body to shield the ball. And Shaedon Sharpe does the same thing on his layup. Tied at 25 as we move to the end of the first quarter. J-Dub attacks for two. Lorbeck takes his defender to the woodshed with a Euro step lay. And they try the lob. It doesn't connect, but Clowney gets it back and lays it in, and the foul. This team can really struggle on the glass, especially when Klingon isn't in the game. Pick and roll to Icot Lucas. Nice to see him getting some high-stakes minutes. Second quarter now, what a move from Thompson, dropping it off to Klingon for two. Asar Thompson, razzle-dazzle for the layup. What a trade acquisition he was. Still can't believe the Pistons gave him up. Lorbeck to Thompson. He attacks off the catch. Howard cuts and draws a foul. That is beautiful offense right there. Dalen Terry almost deflected the pass, but it finds Gobert anyway. And it's still a tight game here. Early in the second, Daniels left open for a corner three. Jet Howard. He is in line for a heavier workload with our injuries. And he delivers a nice pocket pass. We'll give Ben Simmons that shot any day. As Klingon finds Sharpe, left wing, has a lot of time to square up for three. 15 points already after scoring 12 in the first quarter. Sharpe goes behind the back, turns a corner and fades away. Incredible footwork, and he's already drawing double teams, finding the open man Howard in the corner. 45-40. Beautiful lob pass from Dyson Daniels as we have our pass deflected and stolen. Simmons the other way. 45-44. Who will separate themselves? Sharpe pump fakes and spins that shot off the backboard. Noah Clowney, quick trigger. Hits another, and it's tied. Terry to Lorbeck, cutting backdoor. We just kill teams with those cuts to the basket. As Dyson Daniels hits that little floater. Isaac Okoro lobs it inside to Jalen Williams. And the Nets are in the lead, but not for long as Lorbeck knocks down a jumper. J-Dub to the rack. Not able to finish that. Thompson looking to push. Gets around his defender. High arcing floater. No! Gordon, yes! We haven't gotten a ton of production out of Aaron Gordon this year, but he is nice to have on our roster with Luis Kuzma hurt. He misses 2 straight layups there as we head to halftime, up by 5. We've definitely lost a lot of our dynamic ability on offense, as it's been running through mostly a couple players. Time now for a score update in the Western Play-In Tournament. Nikola Jokic with a near triple-double to lead his team to the 7 seed, defeating Oklahoma City by 5. And in the 9-10 game, Matas Buzelis puts together an amazing performance, 34-16, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks, as the Suns beat the Clippers by 3. It'll be OKC versus Phoenix for a chance to match up with the San Antonio Spurs. And it looks like the winner of our game will be playing the Milwaukee Bucks, as Alperen Şengün and Tyrese Halliburton lead the Pacers to the 7 seed. And this is not the opponent you're going to want to have with a playoff berth on the line. They have championship pedigree. Dame, Giannis, and Jimmy Butler already won a ring together in year 2 of the franchise. But before that, we've got to get through the Nets first. Thankfully, Dyson Daniels is shooting tour dates as we lead them by 5. Lorbeck makes it a 7-point lead with a dunk. Ben Simmons getting the Ben Simmons treatment, allowing anything outside of the paint, but looks like we're allowing things in the paint as well. Nice backdoor cut from Sharpe, and a pinpoint delivery from Andre Lorbeck. Sharpe attacks off the catch, splits 2 defenders, and scores. A fearless finish over the stifled tower. Julian Strother knocks down a 3 from the corner. And it's back to a 2-point game as Ben Simmons misses a dunk. Kennard chases down the rebound. Klingon running the floor like a gazelle. And he lays it in for 2. 64-60. Thompson drag dribble. Inside to Gordon. Pump fakes and scores over Ben Simmons. Kennard open, you can book it. That's cash. 8 points for him. Lorbeck. Another great pass to Sharpe. Sharpe has 25 already. 71-62 as Dyson Daniels continues to knock down a big 3 every once in a while. 71-65 this time. Simmons completes the poster dunk. 71-67, Daniels pick and roll with Clowney. He's fouled inside and converts. Shaedon Sharpe unhappy with the call. Sharpe collapses the defense. Howard open. He hits it. 10 points for Jet Howard as we're getting a lot more guys involved on offense now. Howard with a tip in. He's not a guy that gets a lot of rebounds, but that's a big one right there. Dariq Whitehead off a screen calmly knocks down that 3. Lorbeck will try now and hit. We don't see him take a lot, but every once in a while, his 3s are momentum shifters. Asar Thompson gets free on the inbounds play. That was beautiful. Cam Thomas cuts and dunks. 9-point game. Bulls shooting 57% from the field. Howard spins, jabs, fades, and hits. 13-point lead now. Cam Thomas can't hit that at the buzzer. And we put together a much better third quarter. They are really blitzing Sharpe on those off-ball screens. And he makes the right play. Asar Thompson gets him the assist. 90-76. J-Dub to the rack. 3 the hard way. Howard inside to Klingon. Turnaround shot is good. 10 minutes remaining. Just have to hold on a little longer. Jet Howard to Shaedon Sharpe with the shot clock winding down. Beautiful mid-range jumper. Lorbeck off a screen. Another late shot clock possession, and Klingon is there to clean it up. Simmons inside, shoots into a clogged lane, and Klingon turns away that shot. Outlet pass to Lorbeck, finds Thompson in the corner, pump fakes, drives, back to Klingon, and he lays it in. A double-double for Kling Kong. Lorbeck with a one-handed pass over his head. Howard finishes it off. What a game it's been for Jet Howard, who's been fairly inconsistent throughout the series, as Lorbeck with another interior finish. But having Jet Howard performing at this level is huge because we have a huge hole to fill in our lineup with Brandon Ingram hurt, and Howard's skill set can really fill that role. Shaedon Sharpe is playing amazing right now, but when we go up against some better teams, he's going to need some help. Sharpe elevates and detonates over Ben Simmons. Wow! Simmons dunked on us earlier in the game. Sharpe gets him back in a big way. Klingon tips his rebound to himself and lays it in. And we are running away in the fourth. 19 is the difference. Sharpe hits again. 34 points for him. Here is Howard, finds a cutting Sharpe. He is going off. And the bench is emptied. Here's Riley Singler in the game as he scores the first points that we've seen from him in the series. Here's Branko Todorovic. Kicks outside to Kennard, and he continues to fill the nets. And that's the game. Bulls beat the Nets 123-102 to move on to a date with the Milwaukee Bucks with a playoff berth on the line. What a game from Shaedon, Sharpe, Jet Howard, and Andre Lorbeck did their jobs as well, and Aaron Gordon scoring 12 points on 5 of 10 shooting is fairly encouraging. Donovan Clingan also with a double-double with 5 blocks. And honestly, it's not that much of a shocker that we beat this team. This is one of the most clunky rosters I've ever seen constructed in 2K, especially with Jalen Williams being injured and coming off the bench, only scoring 11 points. But after a really bad end to the regular season, we live to fight another day. Before we get into that game, though, we have the Western play-in tournament, a battle for the 8th seed as Shea gives his team the lead with under a minute to go. But Matas Bazelis, one-legged fadeaway, no good. James Wiseman cleans it up to tie. Kevin Durant playing against OKC in a play-in game. That is some cinematic stuff. His free throws give Phoenix the lead, but Shea ties it back up. And we're just getting started. This game was crazy. 3 seconds to go. Can Bazelis win it? No, it rattles out. And we're headed to overtime. Under a minute to go in OT. Phoenix is in a comfortable 6-point lead. Xavier Booker from the free throw line knocks it down. Suns just need one more bucket to seal, but Fred VanVleet can't hit it. SGA rebounds. He's going to take it coast to coast and drops it off to Xavier Booker at the last minute, who scores plus the foul. 5 quick points by Booker. And Bazelis misses a free throw, keeping the door open. Terrence Arsenault misses. Tap back in by guess who? Xavier Booker wills his team back into the game. Bradley Beal, no from 3. And we are going to a second overtime. 143 apiece. Shea takes his defender inside for 2. Here is Bazelis spinning around, but he's blocked by SGA. Rebound by Booker. And now OKC's in the driver's seat. Booker with a 360 lob. Are you kidding me? From the young stretch big for the Thunder. Shea with another finish. Under 30 to go. The Suns need a miracle now. And Bazelis throws it away. VanVleet couldn't handle the pass. And now they're going to have to play the fouling game. Josh Giddey's at the line. Free throws are not his strength. He misses both. This could go to a third OT. VanVleet, another try. No! Booker with the rebound. And Josh Giddey is fouled again. This time he hits 1 of 2, and that is enough. OKC in a classic play-in game moves on. They were down by 6 with a minute left in overtime, but SGA and Xavier Booker put the team on their backs. And for Booker, that is the game of his life. Matas Bazelis did all he could with another gem of a performance, 43 and 48 minutes. That was an all-timer right there. For some reason, the play-in always gives me crazy games in this series. I mean, I remember the Knicks and Celtics had a crazy one last season. This one might have topped it though. But now we can move on to our showdown with Milwaukee. And after a 19-point performance against the Nets, Jet Howard has earned a spot in the starting rotation. Howard is obviously bigger, he can defend a little bit better than Luke Kennard, and when he's at the top of his game, he is a great replacement for Brandon Ingram. But we are still going to have our hands full against this Milwaukee Bucks team who still has Buddy Hield. Remember, we traded Buddy Hield to the Bucks all those episodes ago. Hield ended up winning a championship that same year in Milwaukee. It's all business for these Bulls, looking dapper as they step off the team bus in Milwaukee. Everything is on the line. 1 year removed from being the worst team in basketball, we are 1 win away from a playoff berth. And the only thing standing in the way is a team who has won 2 championships this decade. The Milwaukee Bucks start with the basketball, and Giannis Antetokounmpo scores over our entire defense to get us started. Shaedon Sharpe, guarded by Buddy Hield, and he sees blood in the water right away. That was sick. As Antetokounmpo guarded by Gordon to start this one off. Their starting center is Steven Adams, who just blocked that shot from Klingon. Antetokounmpo pulls up from mid-range and misses. Klingon trying to dream shake Steven Adams, and it does not work. Antetokounmpo inside to Adams. He throws a pass out to Lillard, fumbles it, gets it to Hield, and a high-arcing three is good. Jimmy Butler, traded from the Heat during the 2024 draft. What a move that was as he sets up a Buddy Hield three. Milwaukee has been running away to start this game. An emphatic rejection from Thompson, but it stays with Milwaukee as Lillard dials up the triple. Not a good start for us. We now run some offense through Klingon, and he drops it off to a cutting Ausar Thompson. Beautiful offense there. Thompson, what a move! Goes behind the back and attacks with a Euro. Our old buddy has it stolen away. Thompson up court to Gordon. He's blocked by Adams. He's playing volleyball out here, the whole Bucks team for that matter. As we try to find some offensive momentum, Sharpe with a much-needed three. Damian Lillard pulls up from the mid-range. 15-9. Klingon with another pass to a cutter. Thompson earns free throws. That's number 2 on Lillard already. Ausar hits 1 of 2. Butler well defended. Sharpe holds his ground. Now he takes it up the court. Gets a screen from Gordon. Hits the corner. It's Thompson. Pulls up and hits. 7 points for Ausar. He has been our main offensive weapon so far. Fighting through contact at the rim. That's a foul from Alex Caruso. Both free throws good as Caruso is fouled and hits 1. Howard, turnaround shot off the glass and in. 16 apiece. Is that a charge? It is. Excellent job by Kevin Huerter to get his feet set. Buddy Hield continuing to kill us from the outside. Caruso to Bobby Portis. He scores to put the Bucks up by 5. We already burn our second timeout. Andre Lorbeck wraparound to Klingon. Fouled and hits 1 of 2. Bobby Portis with a contested jumper. Bulls shooting 6 of 17. Not ideal, but if we get easy looks like that at the rim for Sharpe, that number should grow. Hield again. We need to stop going under on those off-ball screens. We leave Huerter open this time. He doesn't make us pay, but he gets it back, and this time he hits. The lead is back up to 10 for Milwaukee. Howard with sweet footwork in the post. A spinning layup. Nearing the end of the first quarter, Lorbeck pull up J over Alex Caruso. Hield can hold for the last shot. He fades away, doesn't hit. Playing with fire there. And we head into quarter number 2, down by 6. Just need to keep it within reach. Lorbeck is fouled on a hook shot. Hits 2 free throws. Giannis to the rack. Just mowed through those 2 defenders like they weren't even there. Dalen Terry, corner pocket triple. And it's a 3-point ball game. Giannis with another bucket. We can't let him get the ball that low. Asar Thompson, and one. He is playing with some pep in his step tonight. Now we have Dalen Terry on Giannis, and much better defense this time. Very good help from Thompson, and we get the stop. Lorbeck, wow! He's had some incredible moves this season, but I don't know if I've ever seen him break that out. He is a showman. 360 on the fast break. Lillard had no chance there. 2 points with some extra style points. That time he misses the layup though. 33-33. Giannis, elbow jumper in transition is good. Aaron Gordon is the focal point of the offense. Nice pass to a cutting Lorbeck. Even when Klingon is off the court, that Princeton offense is just nasty. We get a steal. Kennard to Gordon, pump fakes, and goes under for a reverse. We lead by 2. Lillard takes it right back for Milwaukee. Of course, in year 1, Lillard was traded for Drew Holiday, and we got involved in that fun at the very beginning of the series. After Holiday was traded to Portland, we scooped him up, acquiring him for Lonzo Ball and some picks and a couple other role players. And that was a big reason why we were one of the best teams in the league in year 1. Sharpe continuing to get looks at the rim. He's got 8 points now. And Giannis overpowers Dalen Terry. We just do not have the size to guard Giannis. We might have to start putting Klingon on him. Sharpe putting Butler in a blender. Wow. That is one of the great defenders of our generation looking absolutely silly as he knocks down that shot off the glass. Now Sharpe steps out for a pick and pop 3. Sharpe heating up. He's got 14. Giannis again. We have no answer for his interior pressure. We hold on to a lead as Sharpe goes to the free throw line and hits 1. A lot of 1-for-2 free throw trips for these Bulls. They need to start knocking down those gimmies. Giannis scores through a foul, and the Bucks have a 3-point lead. 5 minutes to go in the half. Thompson out to Klingon, guarded by Portis. Klingon lowers his shoulder and scores. Lillard has it stolen away. Active hands from the defense. Sharpe fouled hard by Portis. And again, he only hits 1. That seems to be the best way to guard him. Just foul him, because for some reason he can't knock down his free throws. Gordon scores inside. Xavier Tillman wide open, just inside the 3-point arc. Klingon, that is bad defense. 2 gift-wrapped points. Hield is fouled by Howard. It remains tight here, heading into the final 2 minutes of the half. Howard, which he stepped back a little bit, knocks down a midi. Lillard with the Sham God move. Wow! Lorbeck recovered, but couldn't contest the layup. Klingon with another putback. Damian Lillard inside to Caruso, who hits a floater. 1-point ball game. Sharpe connects. 18 points in the half. 60-57. Lillard, a floater, no good. The long arms of Lorbeck deterred that shot. And we are up by 3 on the road against the mighty Milwaukee Bucks. Shaedon Sharpe continuing to really dominate on offense. 18 points on very efficient shooting, and he looks to be in store for another crazy stat line at the end of this. We had a couple possessions where we really bothered Giannis at the rim, but those have been few and far between. We need to figure out how to do that more consistently. Meanwhile, Buddy Hield has 4 threes already. Sweet fadeaway from Shaedon Sharpe to start this second half. Thompson finishes over the tall trees. And we're up by 7 here. Lillard misfires, rebounded by Giannis. And he cleans it up. Clingan to Sharpe. Sharpe scores easily. Sharpe is more than just an athletic freak. He has finesse too and lots of body control. Thompson just runs over Steven Adams on that screen as Lillard hits a 3. A chance for a 4-point play, but Adams can't hit the free throw. Howard attacks and count it. Plus the foul. Butler running the pick and roll as Gordon gets in the way of the pass. Gordon taking it down to Clingan to Sharpe. And the Bulls' fast break is giving the Bucks fits. The Bucks might be the more talented team, but we have the edge in youth and athleticism. And we are showing it. Giannis contested at the rim. Sharpe, step back 3, money! 27 points, 9 in the quarter. Buddy Hield off a screen, that's cash. Those two have put on a shooting clinic. Sharpe converts inside. But the very short time we had Buddy Hield, which was about half a season, he was lights out for us. I mean, he single-handedly got us a win versus the Celtics. And he was just so dominant on offense and so dialed in from three-point range that we ended up getting a pair of first-round picks, I believe, from the Bucks in that trade. And, of course, he goes on to win the championship that year and be a big part of that team. Giannis Antetokounmpo on the tip-in. Here's Clingan with another dime. Asar Thompson finishing it off. And that is the 7th assist for Donovan Clingan. Oh! Dalen Terry just manhandled Jimmy Butler, blocking him twice. And Sharpe converts on the other end. We are flexing our muscles right now. 9-point game. Herder can't hit. Rebound Gordon. Terry to Howard to Shaedon Sharpe. He will not be denied. 36 points when it matters most. Jimmy Butler with a little push-off into that mid-range jumper. Can't hit that one. 11 points. Lorbeck, a circus shot! We are running laps around these aging Bucks in this quarter. Lillard keeping his team in it, though, with a 3. Sharpe loses the ball. Jimmy Butler to Kevin Herder. 7-point game. 2:30 to go in the third. Lorbeck, post footwork, and just uses his size to shoot over Lillard. Bobby Portis pick and pop. That rattles out, but Alex Caruso there for the rebound. He's blocked from behind. Dalen Terry, my goodness. Putting his wingspan to use, and how about that move from Shaedon Sharpe? Maneuvering around the defense. Portis hits. Back down to 8. These Bucks can go on a run at any time. Sharpe bullying his way to the rim. 40 points, and we're not even through 3. Portis attacks the smaller Aaron Gordon. 93-86. Sharpe! Oh my goodness! He is on a mission tonight. We are reaching legendary performance territory with this game. Up by 9. Of course, we need to win the game for it to be legendary, but man, regardless, this is one of the most incredible scoring displays I have ever seen by a player so young. Man, that shot from Herder almost went in. But one more quarter to decide who goes to the playoffs. The winner will face Joel Embiid, Zach LaVine, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Thompson steals it from Lillard on the first possession of the fourth quarter, and the Bulls get free throws. Caruso is incensed. Lillard has to hold him back. I think I remember back in Season 1, we got this exact same animation with Alex Caruso, who was a member of the Magic, who was our first playoff opponent. Never changed, Bald Mamba. Oh yeah, he was also involved in that Drew Holiday trade, I forgot. 95-91, Sharpe. That hung on the rim for an eternity. 4-point game, he gets a double team. Lorbeck attacks it! Punches it home. Another steal, Thompson. Pesky on defense tonight. Howard to Klingon! And one! Giannis called for the blocking foul. Buddy Hield knew that was going in as soon as he released it. He has 21 points. Howard with an incredible burst to the rim there. We're up by 9, make that 6. Buddy Hield continuing to show our Achilles heel on defense, which is defending the perimeter. Lorbeck up and under. He's fouled. He hits 1 of 2 as we continue to struggle with the free throws. Sharpe spins to the baseline. Oh, what a shot. He has given himself multiple career highlight reel moments in this game alone. And they just let Donovan Klingon walk to the rim unabated. Lillard, a 3. Our lead is 6 points. Sharpe cuts back door. He's up to 46 points. Lillard, his former teammate on the Blazers, fouled, and he misses 1 free throw. We throw it away. Buddy Hield finds Lillard in transition. And they get it back down to 5. Here is the box score so far. Sharpe with 20 of 30 from the field. And we are just going to get him as many shots as we can down the stretch. Klingon with another great dump off to a cutting Sharpe. 2 of 6 from the free throw line, now 3 of 7. 3 of 8. I don't know how he can be so dialed in from the field and so lost at the free throw line. He should have 50 points as he dines up Asar Thompson. Don't want to let Giannis get going late in this game. Butler with his foot inside the 3-point line hits that one. Giannis drawing a double, fades away. And that right there is unguardable. Sharpe in a crowd, blocked by Butler. Chased down, though, by Thompson, and he will reset. Around a screen. Attacking! Oh, my! He reverses it home over Butler, Giannis, and Steven Adams. Are you kidding me with this backcourt? They are electric. But this game remains a tight one. Princeton offense again, continuing to give our guards looks at the rim. Butler looking for early offense. He finds Giannis under the rim. 2 minutes to go. And a bad turnover there. Giannis has numbers. Finds Butler, corner 3. Got it! Tie game in Milwaukee. Under 2 to go. These fans are on the edge of their seats. Shaedon Sharpe, guarded by Jimmy Butler. I don't know why he hasn't been guarding him all game long. He hits Howard, back to Sharpe. Behind the back, he attacks the rim and slams it home. The lead back to the Bulls on a magnificent move from Shaedon Sharpe, leaving their best defender in the dust. Oh, that's incredible defense from Jet Howard, stonewalling Giannis. Clinging to Lorbeck. He dunks it home, 4-point lead. And this is setting up for a great finish. Giannis Antetokounmpo on Howard. He drives, kicks to Lillard. No good. Rebound Adams. He converts. Back to one possession as we move under 1 minute. Lorbeck to Sharpe. And that's for 51 points. He beat Jimmy Butler backdoor. We lead by 4 against a heavily favored Milwaukee Bucks team. 2 years removed from a championship. And now, they're on the ropes. Giannis, guarded by Howard, taking his time. He attacks, gets by him, puts up a floater. It's good! 43 seconds on the clock. We're not playing around. We're getting the ball to Shaedon Sharpe. What will he pull out of his hat now? Buddy Hield is the defender. Sharpe running down the clock. He drives, and he's fouled. Buddy Hield couldn't do anything else. But so far, fouling Sharpe has been the best way to defend him. He is under 50% from the free throw line, and he misses another. The Milwaukee crowd letting him hear it. I don't know what it is about standing still. Everyone's eyes are on you. So much pressure for the young, budding superstar. He hits the second. It's a 3-point game. And the Bucks call timeout. Lucas talking it over with his squad. So many all-star appearances between Lillard, Giannis, and Butler. Meanwhile, we don't have a single all-star out on the court. Our only all-star, Brandon Ingram, is hurt. Giannis gets the ball off the inbounds. Probing inside, getting it out to Buddy Hield. He hits it! Makes it a 1-point game. Bucks will need to foul. Shot clock is off. We wisely give it to Thompson instead of Shaedon Sharpe. Thompson, not a great free throw shooter either, but he hits that one. 22 points. He's had a great game. This to make it a 3-point game. No good! It rattles out. Giannis has the ball. No timeouts for the Bucks. He attacks Howard. Spins left. Lays it in. It's tied. 9 seconds to go. Bulls do have timeouts. Sharpe will drive and slams. The Bulls lead. 2 seconds to go. A heave from Damian Lillard misses. Chicago is heading to the playoffs in incredible fashion. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. Shaedon Sharpe with a performance that will go down in NBA history. A heroic 54-point effort with the season hanging in the balance. And he caps it off with a game-winning dunk. When I signed Shaedon Sharpe in restricted free agency, I was salivating at the possibilities. A young, dynamic scorer who can play both ways and was commanding more money than the Blazers could pay him. I knew he had a chance to become the face of our franchise, similar to Jalen Brunson in New York. But this, I'm not sure anyone could have seen coming. Some of the moves he was pulling off in this game, I mean, I'm not sure anybody in the history of the league could have done what he did tonight in the way that he did it. He showed himself to be maybe the best athlete in our league today, and paired that with some of the silkiest jump shots you'll ever see. I'm not saying he's Michael Jordan, but he certainly channeled his inner Michael Jordan. But as many points as he scored, he didn't do it all alone. Asar Thompson with a huge performance, 22 points, 9 assists, 4 steals, and a block. We were down big early in the game, and Thompson really got us back on course. Donovan Clingan, a triple-double, 10 assists. We were running so much offense through him at the top of the key, and he was making all the right reads, all the right passes with pinpoint accuracy. 12 points, 17 rebounds, 10 assists, and only 2 turnovers. Where was that during the regular season? I mean, Clingan didn't have his best year. Well, at least when you compare it to his rookie year. And he doesn't really get to show us his passing chops that often, but he has them. Andre Lorbeck, in just his second year, he's already an elite finisher, and he had great shot selection today. 8 of 11 from the field, 19 and 6. Jet Howard only scored 11 in 39 minutes, no 3-pointers, but really, Shaedon Sharpe was the only guy who needed to be shooting threes tonight. And I think Jet will be just fine, especially with the 5 rebounds and 6 dimes. And those 3 blocks from Dalen Terry off the bench were huge. I really feel like they shifted the momentum. 36 of Sharpe's 54 points were scored in the second half on 16 of 22 shooting. Spectacular. We never consistently found a way to slow down Giannis. 36, 10, and 4. He did his thing tonight. So did Buddy Hield, who had 28 on 7 threes. Lillard also did some damage with a 20-point triple-double, but no one here scored 54. That was the difference. This has been an all-time classic play-in tournament for the league. I mean, we had the crazy game in OKC. This one didn't go to any overtimes, but dare I say, I mean, this one might take the cake. I am still processing what happened, but somehow we have made it into the NBA playoffs. And our opponent is the number 1 seeded Philadelphia 76ers. A reunion with Zach LaVine. When we blew up our roster after competing in Season 1, that was a tough decision. But ultimately, it was for the best, I feel, for our team and for Zach LaVine's career. He has slotted in beautifully to this Sixers lineup. The scoring has gone way down, but he is still a very capable shooter, and the athleticism is still there. But he has really taken a backseat to Tyrese Maxey, who I believe led the league in scoring this year. And 2K hates big men, of course. Joel Embiid averaging under 20 per game, but of course he is a matchup nightmare, still above 90 overall. This Sixers team won 60 games. They are not going to be an easy out, but when Shaedon Sharpe is dropping generational performances like what he just did, I mean, anything's possible. Now, I do still feel like Sharpe's performance against the Bucks is unparalleled in this series. That is the best single game performance anyone has ever had. But I'm still getting a little bit of deja vu. Back in Season 1, Zach LaVine had a crazy playoff run of his own. He was leading the league in playoff scoring prior to us being eliminated, and he himself had a 50-point game against the Magic in the first round. We just happened to go up against Darius Garland, who was having a ridiculous playoff scoring run of his own, and the Cavs just proved to be the better all-around team. But how poetic is it that we get to go up against our old playoff hero, Zach LaVine, in a 7-game playoff series? Of course, we can't escape the fact that we are still a depleted roster. We are missing 2 starters, and not to mention Mace Gadzarich, who was a key bench player and even started some games for us early in the year. The Sixers, in the meantime, are full strength. We are the heavy underdogs in this series. I didn't even get into some of the players on this team outside of the big three. Jonathan Isaac, we played against him in the playoffs when he was on the Magic, and he had some of his best offensive performances of his career against us. Stephon Castle was drafted by the 76ers a few years ago, and he already has a 6th Man of the Year award under his belt. And there's a lot of lineup flexibility with this team. You could slide Castle into the starting lineup and play him with Maxey and LaVine because Castle has the length and the defensive ability to cover up for some of Maxey and LaVine's defensive deficiencies. But usually they go with Bogdan Bogdanovic starting at the 3. Andre Drummond is also a member of this team, and he was an original member of the Year 1 Chicago Bulls. They've also got Bol Bol and Malik Monk, so a very deep roster. We're going to have our hands full. But wow, what an episode this was. I have been itching to get this one out. There is a lot more exciting Bulls content to come, everybody. I hope you guys are still tuned into this series. I know it's been so long since I started it. This was my first idea when I started my YouTube channel, and I really want to see this thing through. This series will go all the way to the end. There will be a fitting conclusion. I promise you that. And to be honest, I don't really care if these videos get a ton of views. I just love this team so much, and I love putting these videos out. So for anyone out there who's still enjoying these videos, thank you. And I hope you're ready for some more playoff Bulls action. Thank you for watching this episode. If you like what you see, would really appreciate if you left some feedback in the comments section. Subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on if you want to stay updated. And don't forget to leave a like as well and recommend me to a friend. And only time will tell what Shaedon Sharpe and these young, scrappy Chicago Bulls are able to do in the 2027 NBA playoffs.